Okay. Are you guys going to introduce yourselves?
Hi, we're Jim and Ted Baird, Team Baird from season 4 of Alone.
No. Hey, I'm Ted Baird, and this is my brother Jim, and we are the season 4 winners of Alone.
That's a terrible introduction.
Hi, I'm Ted Baird, and this is Slappy Pants McGillicuddy, aka Dumbass Idiot Face.
Okay, just start a new one, Tori. Okay?
You're on.
Okay, so we are Jim and Ted Baird, and as you probably know, we are the winners of season 4 of Alone on History. Tori, what's the first question?
What new adventures have you embarked on since winning the show?
Well, we have done some pretty fun adventures. After we got back, it took quite some time to get in full swing. I mean, I lost 20% of my body weight. I came in at 198. I left at 148, I believe. So it took some recouping. But after that, we slowly got back and everything. Started doing some whitewater.
Sorry, was that the question? It was just what adventures have you done? Not like what's your life story, you know?
Oh,
Ted looked so sad.
apparently, shit face, or what's your face? Shit mouth, breath. I can't remember. Just his breath could just melt steel.
What new adventures have you embarked upon since winning the show?
After some recuperation, I did a 160 kilometer, which is, I don't know, maybe about 100-mile backpacking trek through northern Jasper National Park and Wilmore Wilderness in northern Alberta. And that took me 8 days. We did 20 kilometers a day, which kind of puts it into perspective how tough the hike was on the show Alone, with just eating what I could forage on the way, because that was 15 kilometers or 16 kilometers, and that took me 8 days.
About 10 miles.
Yeah, about 10 miles, which took me 8 days. So that just goes to show how tough the terrain is there on Vancouver Island. And then my fiance and I, Tori, did that, and then we camper van north up to Yellowknife, and we met up with Ted. And
yeah, it was awesome. So we flew, me and Heather, my fiance now, flew up to Yellowknife. We met up with Jim and Tori. They had all their gear from their Jasper trip, and we caught another plane and flew out to Norman Wells. This is an NWT, Northwest Territories in Canada. And we flew out on a bush plane, all 4 of us, up to a river called the Mountain River. It's 24 hours of sun, and we just paddled this wild freaking whitewater river.
What was your first meal when you returned?
you're so starving out there,
Yeah.
you can't just roll back and slam down a cheeseburger. Your body's not used to it, and you'll barf.
You wish you could. It's part of the torture. And so you think that, oh, I'm going to eat all this stuff, but you just can't. It's actually really dangerous, you know, and so you can't just eat it. And even if you do, you'll just suffer. So the suffering continues. But once I started feeling a little better, I was craving these cinnamon buns. So I just got 2 boxes of cinnamon buns, and I ate them, you know, as fast as I could. But it still took me a few days to actually eat them all.
So technically, I think my first meal was a piece of toast and a handful of grapes, which was a little anticlimactic. But in the end, that's really all I could have handled and all that was safe for me to eat.
Yeah, and I think as far as the actual first meal after extraction, I think it was, a piece of toast and some vegetable soup.
What is the first thing you plan to do with the money?
Get a good exchange rate, change it over to Canadian dollars, and it's going to go a little bit further. Hopefully it's around 300,000 Canadian.
Boring.
Okay, and then I'm probably going to look for a house to buy.
There you go. That's the answer.
What about Costa Rica?
Oh, and I might go to Costa Rica as well.
Might.
Oh, and I'm going to go to Costa Rica with my wonderful fiance for our honeymoon, and then we're going to buy a house.
He's going to Costa Rica with Tori the gold digger.
Yeah.
At least I got to do something to keep her around.
I'm going to do some traveling. We got a wedding to plan, that kind of stuff. I don't have everything hammered out yet.
Ted also has voiced his interest in buying a cigarette boat with a cheeseburger dispenser.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm going to do. You just ruined the surprise.
Next question.
Dude, this is terrible, man. Like, what are you doing? This is unusable. You can't just be like, next question, and answer the questions all broken up.
Did you just flinch because you thought I was going to hit you?
Would you take part in this opportunity again Ted, answer the question.
And it's just gonna be weird when she's like, and what
Answer
about
the
oh
question.
yeah, I'm gonna go to
Well, he's gonna edit it. Dang, Ted.
I know, but it's just
Jesus Christ,
poor guy,
man.
you know? God, man, you're such
Baby.
believe.
Would you take part in this opportunity again?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
If you had asked me, like, you know, a month after we came out, I'd be
That would
like,
be a no.
Hell no.
But now I'm ready to
now
challenge myself. I think I could do better this time.
I think so.
If you had the opportunity to do it again, would you do anything differently?
I would have cut Jim's legs off and eaten them. We could have had a leg each, and we could have smoked it.
Yeah,
Just
I would have
kidding.
just brought some chloroform, knocked Ted out from day one, and it would have been a lot better.
There's a few things that I wish that we tried out there
They were close to
they
being
were
able
so
to.
close to
Yeah.
putting us over the threshold of you know, just barely sustaining to actually thriving.
Yeah.
And so that's something I'd love to be able
Our
to test.
boat we got a bunch of holes poked in the bottom of our boat from the barnacles. If we'd made like a external floor for our boat, we probably could have used it more. A crab trap, I think, if we, you know, hindsight is 20/20, but I would have used something else for a float. So a few things like that we could have done differently next time.
Yeah, there was one of the main things, you know, I'm really pissed about the crab trap. It was just such a bad decision. You know, we could have just put another float on it in addition to the
log
fire
or
extinguisher.
something. Yeah.
But we rushed that last little thing. We made a mistake, and you know, that could have provided us with an incredible amount of food. And the other thing that I wish we did was, instead of using the boat to travel around, we didn't really realize how exhausted we were going to be and how much just being in the boat, just paddling a little bit and staying in one spot, even with your anchor, was going to take the energy.
Blowing you, and
there was one spot I wish we talked about just paddling to that looked deeper, that I wish we just paddled there, got out and fished.
That would have been a good idea.
That might have, especially earlier on when the fish were biting for everyone else. I think that might have done us really well in the beginning. And we ate stuff that would make people puke to look at on an industrial level.
Yes.
Where can fans keep up with you now that the show is over?
Yeah, I'm just on Facebook as Ted Baird. You can find me on Instagram at ted.baird. And I'll be, you know, partnering with Jim in a lot of web series.
We're going to do our whole
that.
Northwest Territories adventure. It's going to run on my YouTube channel, Jim Baird, the Adventurer. You can also check me out, Jim Baird Adventure on Facebook, at JB Adventure on Twitter. So we got a lot of stuff out there, and it's only going to be getting better. But right now, we're going to go watch the last episode of Alone.
You forgot to say theadventurer.ca.
Of course, theadventure.ca. Me and Ted both post a lot of stuff on that. That's a website. So check that out too.
But we're going to go watch Alone now because
we're going to go watch us
it's
win.
starting to get...
Yeah.
Oh, look at the time.